Hey, what's going on? Thanks for checking in. You know, if you've been following me for a little while now, you can see that I have a lot of big leaguers training with me during the lockout. So today I wanted to go over programming, or essentially what I'm doing with these guys on a day-to-day basis with a lot of unknowns about the season. You think about it, they could be making a deal as we speak, and at the snap of the fingers, these guys could be out playing games tomorrow. So as a strength coach, as a guy in charge of their player development, it has been quite the headache figuring out what's best for these guys on a day-to-day basis. So today I'm going to break down my process. Hopefully it helps you guys out. And if you're a big leaguer watching this, hopefully you can apply some of these tactics to your own spring training lockout. Make sure you stay tuned. Check this one out. Alrighty, diving right into it. You know, first of all, I'm going to split them up into pitchers and hitters. You know, obviously I'm not going to have a pitcher on the same protocol as a hitter, especially if they're a starter. You know, they're trying to get ready that every 5th day. Especially at spring training, these guys are getting ramped up. So one guy could be throwing 2 bullpens a week, another guy could be throwing 3, etc. So I'm not going to dive too deeply into programming on each guy. However, I've realized that I have 3 main types of big leaguers coming through here. All right, number 1 is an up-down guy, a guy that's on the 40-man roster. However, he hasn't proved himself yet. You know, they keep sending him up and down from AAA. He's getting at-bats here and there, but isn't an established guy yet. So he's relying on a big year to break that everyday lineup. All right, and then number 2, we have guys that simply need to get paid. Maybe they're on the end of their rookie contract, going into arbitration, you know, didn't have a good year last year, and a really good year will send them over, help them get that contract. So that's number 2. And then finally, number 3 is the big money guy. Okay, this is an established big leaguer that's going to be in the lineup every single day. Obviously, for that type of guy that's already proved himself, I'm going to train a whole lot differently than an up-down and a needs-to-get-paid guy. So for an up-down guy, right, we're grinding. This guy has a unique situation. The lockout is almost a blessing in disguise for him because he's going to have, you know, more time to sneak out some of those last-minute adaptation. It's going to really help prove himself. With this type of guy, we're rolling all gas, no brakes. We're going, you know, 4 days a week, strength and conditioning in here, rest of the week out on the field. We're doing high-intensity, velocity-based training. For this type of guy, we're still getting him in fighting shape. You know, we simply have more time to put that cherry on top. Next up, we have the needs to get paid guy. For him, we're rolling, you know, 2 to 4 days a week in the weight room and spending the majority of the time out on the field. In the weight room, I'm still making sure he's getting his heavy stimulus and his high-intensity, velocity-based training. But as a strength coach, I need to be, you know, do my due diligence. What's going to get this guy over the curb? What's going to get this guy from hitting, you know, 220 last year to hitting 300 this year? It's not the weight room, it's the skill side. So bringing up his speed, power, strength isn't, you know, first priority right now. If he's getting consistent at-bats in the big leagues, odds are he's plenty big, plenty strong, plenty powerful enough. So we're not looking for the physiological side to bring him up over that hump. We're looking for the skill side. This is time for him to, you know, make a last-minute swing adjustment. Make a last-minute mechanical adjustment when he's throwing. That's really going to take his game to the next level, allowing a team to put a lot of money into him the following year. For this type of guy, I'm doing everything I can, making calls, trying to get him in to see, you know, live arms, live at-bats with other big leaguers in the area. That's the big priority with him, is the skill work. And third, we have the big money guy, the established big leaguer. What is the most important thing for this guy? It's durability. It's keeping him in the lineup every single day. What can I do now from an injury prevention standpoint, from a durability standpoint, that's going to allow him to go out there and hit 3-4 hole every single day? For this type of guy, the last thing I'm trying to do is push that envelope or bite off more than I can chew. You know, he already hits balls 500 feet. What's getting him to hit balls 510 feet going to do? I'd rather ramp back down, put him in a controlled environment, and help him hit, you know, 30 balls 400 feet. For this type of guy, ultimately, we're looking for maintenance. We're not looking for adaptation. And in the grand scheme of things, I'm asking myself, you know, 4 main questions, right? Number 1, what would they be doing in spring training right now? They're supposed to be there, so what have they done every year during this time? I'm trying to align my training protocols kind of with a major league strength coach, right? However, how can I make that better? This is a unique situation because I don't have a whole team coming in here, right? I have individuals, so I can make it more of an individualized approach. So possibly I can allow them to make better adaptations than they would at spring training with the whole team. Third, atmosphere is huge. How can I create a positive atmosphere in here? You know, it may sound, you know, kind of weird. However, these guys are dealing with a lot of things mentally. These guys are out of a job. You know, guys are in here joking around like, heck, I don't have a college degree. I might have to go to McDonald's and get a job, right? All fun and games aside, that is a big thing I'm trying to create, is a positive atmosphere. I'm trying to make it like a big league clubhouse. I even went out to, you know, Facebook Marketplace and got a ping pong table for the guys to play around with. Mentality is huge during a time like this with all these unknowns, right? And the biggest question of them all, I have to hold to the highest standard, is, are these guys ready to play tomorrow? They could sign a deal right now, be asked to, you know, hit spring training, and they're facing guys tomorrow in games. Is everything I'm doing, do I feel confident enough that these guys can go right out on the field and play tomorrow? And if that answer is yes, I have ultimately done my job this lockout. Hey, that's a wrap. Hopefully that helps. Listen, this is day to day. You know, this isn't in a textbook somewhere. This is just simply, you know, my professional opinion, what's best for these guys to keep them ready. All right, if you want access to the same training protocols that I utilize with these guys in here, I have a number of programs available. I also offer one-on-one remote programming. I'm taking on 2 more for this March, so if you could shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll get back to you. Also, I'm selling my Game Rewards the Grind t-shirts. You can get that in the description below. And always remember that I pump out 2 of these videos per week, so could you do me a favor and subscribe? Catch you next week. This is the game, man. Game Rewards the Grind. It knows how much you invested.